One of the bigger challenges for businessmen is when they're trying to scale the business, how much time do they spend in the business and how much time do they spend raising finance? And quite often raising finance can be a very, very time-consuming exercise. And one of the biggest challenges for them is how much time do they spend away from the business, and will the business suffer if they're not there? And many of the businesses we deal with, particularly at the early stage, they don't have lots and lots of capacity. The bandwidth is much smaller because these people are out and about and away from the business, and the business suffers during it. So therefore, one of the pieces of advice we'd suggest is if you are doing that and you are going to go to market, think about how the business is going to continue to run in your absence and work out the best way of dealing with that.
It is very important to make sure that the trading of the business is looked after through the fundraising process, which can take anything from sort of 3 to 6 months. And it's quite important to make sure expectations of the incoming investors are managed through that process. Do make sure there's enough bandwidth in the team and allocate roles around the team. So it's often the finance function that will bear a lot of the burden of the fundraising, but the sales team and the CEO has got to be out there and keeping an eye on customers as well.
When companies are going through a period of high growth, one of the biggest challenges for them is how to raise finance and how to also scale at the same time. We see lots of companies battling with spending time in both directions. At London Stock Exchange, we run a business support program called Elite. Elite is designed to help high growth management teams prepare for external investment, whilst also grow and scale at the same time. I think to get the balance right, you've got to have a really strong team underneath you as a management team. We often see CEOs, CFOs who are leading the business. It can be quite a lonely journey to go on, and by accessing a really high quality peer group, like we try to promote on our Elite program, and have access to people who have been there and done that, is really critical in thinking about how do we keep the business going, but also take the time out to go meet investors, prepare all of the sort of management information that we need to make our pitch brilliant.